Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do a video today and talk about the things that I do to relax with the absence of alcohol. And I originally shot this video outside because one of my favorite things to do is just be out in nature, but the birds were chirping so loud and I had one actually even fly right into my face when I was filming. So I thought I'd just go ahead and do this video in the kitchen because I think you can hear me a little bit better. I do still need to get some kind of a microphone. But anyway, for the purpose of this video, yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I do to help me decompress. And being in nature is definitely one of them. I'm about to go on a long run because I signed up for a half marathon in 10 weeks. And just being outside, whether it's a run or a walk, just allows me to, I don't know, kind of quiet my mind, just, be super present, whether I'm listening to the music or just, being observant of my surroundings. When I run, I really try to avoid any high traffic areas. So fortunately for me, living in Laguna Beach, I can run on the sand about 70–80% of my run, and then I typically am on the sidewalks. And it just allows me to, as I mentioned, just let go and just be right there in that moment. There's so much power in that. I love to drive. I love just putting the windows down and sometimes even just turning the radio off and just listening to the hum of the engine and just being super present to that experience. I feel like driving is such an incredible way to relax. It's done this for me ever since I got my driver's license when I was 16 years old, got my first car at 17. And yeah, I remember it had a very complicated sunroof, and I don't care how long it took, I would always take it off just to feel the breeze and just feel like I was, connected with maybe through nature in that experience while, being in my car. And I just love, being with my family. Whenever I have a really difficult week filled with, challenges, I feel like I'm an iPhone that's at like 1%. And, all throughout the week, I'm just kind of like little charges here, little charges there as I'm on the go. I think about like when I'm traveling and I get a little charge in the Uber that kind of gets me through the next hour. I get a charge in the airport right before I get on the plane. But when I'm at home, it's like my wall charger, and it brings me all the way back up to 100%. And, yoga is another way that I like to relax and decompress. I've started a yoga class in one place and finished in a completely another place. And for those of you that have been watching these videos, you may know I teach yoga 3 times a week, 2 times on Monday night and once on Wednesday. 3 different formats: flow, a yin yoga, and then something in between called root. And teaching definitely can energize me. Sometimes it can drain me. I do it because I want to give back, and sometimes I do give so much of myself in that it does leave me feeling depleted. This week it definitely energized me, and then being able to take a yoga class with my daughter on Thursday, that combined the family and the yoga, and it's like a double hit of just like feeling so amazing. So those are some of the things that I do in the absence of alcohol. Now, I am a pretty competitive person, and I need to be able to have a goal and compete. I do this in business, and I have to do it in my personal life as well. And that's why when I noticed there was a half marathon in Chicago the same weekend that I'm already going to be there on a business trip, I went ahead and signed up for it. And I even talked to one of my colleagues who's a great friend of mine, and we love to run in different cities all around the country when we're traveling on business, and he signed up as well. So we have 10 weeks to prepare for this, and I'm really excited because it sets a goal. Now, the 9-minute mile category, which is where I typically have run at the end of triathlons, typically pacing around 9.5 minute mile. So I thought, you know what, I'll sign up for the 9-minute mile group. It was sold out. So I could have went to the 10, but I decided to sign up for the 8-minute mile group, which is going to be a little bit more challenging. So my training is going to involve longer runs on Saturdays. It's going to involve some medium runs throughout the week, and it's going to involve some speed work to get my pace up. So I'll be taking some classes at Lifetime. They're called GTX and UltraFit. You're on and off the treadmill. You're doing other conditioning work in between the running, but it's definitely going to help me build up my pace and build up my endurance as well through the conditioning work. So yeah, I typically did more of a traditional bodybuilding diet and training. So how does a bodybuilder train for a half marathon? Hey, tune into the videos and find out. I'm curious too. And if this training is working for me and you see some awesome results and you'd like to follow it as well, you just send me a note, put a note in the comments, and I will be happy to provide whatever I'm doing, my training program. I'm not a professional trainer. You can have it at no cost. I'm just happy to help and lead others through these videos, and what works for me, I hope it works for you. So anyway, that's the end of this video. But yeah, those are some of the things that I do to relax and decompress. And yeah, share what some of the things that you like to do in the comments below. Congratulations to all of you that are, whether you're in your first 24 hours, your first week, first 30 days. There are some of you with 20 plus years that have added comments, and I love them. I'm gonna try to get better at responding to them, because as I've noticed that more people are subscribing to the channel, I'm doing this just to give back, to share just what's helping me. And I'll tell you what, it helps me when I read your comments. This community is extremely powerful, and I know this is a very small channel, but I get so much from other channels. I get so much from your feedback and comments, and I would say 99.9% of them are positive, and I think that's super cool. So good luck to you out there, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, so I wasn't planning on adding on to this video, but I just had to share this experience. So when I went on my long run, about 5 minutes into my run, I hit West Street Beach and came across a pod of dolphins, and I had the magnificent experience of just jogging along the shoreline for about 2.5 miles through West Street Beach to Aliso Creek Beach to Montage Beach, Victoria Beach. And as I got to the end of Victoria Beach, they were so close to the shoreline. Just beautiful, incredible creatures. And what was truly amazing is right as I was hitting the beach, I was on a liked playlist, and this very mellow song, probably from one of my yoga classes, came on, and I was about to push it out, and I decided just to leave it on. And that's when I came across this pod of dolphins, and it was a 10-minute long, incredibly beautiful but mellow song. Not something you would typically listen to on a run, but it just added to the entire experience. And that's the thing. I mean, if I wasn't on this sober journey, would I have even been on that beach at that time? If I was, would I have been as tuned into the experience? Would I have been obsessed with my run to maybe sweat out what I'd done the night before, versus I was able to just to really embrace it? And this message goes out to my wife. As I was watching these magnificent creatures swimming 2 by 2, I was thinking about how grateful I am to have my wife Shannon in my life. And baby, I love you so much. I love swimming in twos with you through this amazing life, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you doing that. So cheers to everyone out there. Have a wonderful weekend. Get out in nature and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.